Today I'm going to talk about how to get my tax refund back faster. Money in your pocket. If this is your first time at our channel or you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button at the bottom. My name is Travis Sickle, Certified Financial Planner with Sickle Hunter Financial Advisors. Okay, so you want to get your tax refund back in your pocket faster so it's working. So you can invest it, you can make some interest on it, you can make a dividend on it, you can get a return on it, more money back in your pocket. Before we look at the strategy, we need to understand how our taxes work. Basically, it works like this. You get your income, you have your write-offs, you have a tax liability at the end. So how much you're going to pay in taxes, that is what you're getting back in a refund because you paid too much. So how can we fix this? So this really complex, elaborate system that the IRS has devised of checks and balances has made it unbelievably confusing and difficult for us to figure out what our taxes are going to be. But there are ways we can estimate what our tax liability may be so we can make that money work as hard as possible for us. The reason that we get refunds is because we've paid too much in taxes. But why did we pay too much in taxes in the first place? Well, the reason is the IRS wants to get paid, and they know that most people are going to spend their money. So what they do is they go and say, we need to get estimated taxes. So how do they do this? They take estimated taxes. That's when you fill out your W-4, which estimates how much tax liability you will have, and then takes a little bit on each paycheck. Well, if you get a refund, that means you've paid too much. So how do you get it just right so you can make a little bit more money? You fill out the W-4 to the best of your ability. Now, what's different from 2018 from previous years? The IRS has an online calculator that makes it really easy to get your W-4 just right. And you can adjust it as your life changes, which is also really important because you want to make sure that those withholdings are correct. Now, just because your withholdings are more or less doesn't mean it's right or wrong. You want to be as accurate as possible given your situation. So some of the reasons that a lot of people will tend to put their withholdings a little bit higher is because they want that tax refund. And why do they want that tax refund? They want to pay off debts. They want to go on vacation. They just like the feeling of getting a windfall. But here's the facts. The tax refund is not a windfall. It is just money that you've given to the IRS, and then they're giving you it right back. If you're worried about paying off the debt, funding a vacation, having a little bit of extra money, or getting that feeling that you have a little bit of extra money, such as a windfall, then save it. You can save these dollars systematically in a separate account that will build throughout the course of the year. And even if the first step that you take is you take this money and you put it in a low interest bearing account, you'll be a little bit further ahead than if you didn't. Plus, you'll have it back earlier. So if something does come up, now you have a little bit of an emergency fund. The reason I love adjusting the W-4 is to make sure that you're paying the least amount in taxes throughout the course of the year, and you're building up this cash reserve. So it's another one of those goals that you can just check off if you're filling out your W-4 correctly and you're taking those dollars and you're putting them aside. And if you're concerned about having to pay too much in taxes because you didn't withhold enough dollars on the W-4, understand that the W-4 does not change your tax liability at all. It only estimates the amount of withholdings that you have. So if you do owe money at the end of the year, you have that money set aside anyways. So this won't affect your tax liability at the end of the year. This is affecting your tax withholdings. Now, this doesn't mean go put a high number on your W-4 just so you pay less in tax withholdings. What you want to make sure is this is accurate because you legally need to pay the correct amount in taxes. However, you don't want to overpay. So this is something you could do right now to help reach your financial goals, to help build a cash reserve, and pay less in taxes overall. Now, the IRS calculator doesn't know everything, and it only is as good as the information that you provide. But if you're as accurate as you possibly can be, then it's going to give you a really good idea of what those estimated taxes are and what the correct amount of withholdings should be. So go get back your money faster, save it, and reach your financial goals. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and leave your comments down at the bottom.